Yamunatiravalachari Yamunatiravalachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giridharadhari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Radha Govinda Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Shri Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudire
Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati
Uttama Shloke
Bhavati
Bhaktir Bhavate
Bhagavati
Naishtiki
Naishtiki
Bhavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, Verse number 1. Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri
Shri
Shuka
Shuka
Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka
Shuka
Uvacha
Vacha
Evam etan nigadditam
Evam
Evam
Etam
etam
Nigaditam
nigaditam
Evam etam nigadditam
Evam
Evam Etam
etam
Nigaditam
nigaditam
Prishtavan yad bhavan mama
Prushtavan
Prishtavan
yadavan mama
Prishtavan yad bhavan mama
Prishtavan
Prishtavan
Yad Bhavan
yadavan
Mama
mama
Nrinam yan mriyamananam
Nrunam
Nrinam
yamananam
Yamananam
Nrinam yan mriyamananam
Nrunam
Nrinam
yandriyamananam
Yandriyamananam
Manusyeshu manishinam
Manisheshu
Manisheshu
Manishinam
manishinam
Manusyeshu manishinam
Manisheshu
Manisheshu
Manishinam
manishinam
Evam etan nigditam
Evam
Evam
Etam
etam
Nigaditam
nigditam
Prishtavan yad bhavan mama
Prishtavan Yad
Prishtavan
Bhavan
yadavan mama
Mama
Nrinam yan mriyamananam
Nrinam
Nrunam
Yandriyamananam
yandriyamananam
Manusyeshu manishinam
Manisheshu
Manisheshu
Manishinam
manishinam
Evam etan nigditam
Evam
Evam
Etam
etam
Nigaditam
nigditam
Prishtavan yad bhavan mama
Prishtavan
Prishtavan
Yad Bhavan
yadavan
Mama
mama
Nrinam yanmriyamananam
Nृणाम्रियमाणानाम्
Yeshu manishinam.
मनुष्येषु मनीषिणाम्
Any devotee wants to chant?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I chant? Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody wants to chant? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Can I chant Prabhuji?
Please go ahead, Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Shri Shuka Uvacha Evam Etan Nigaditam Prushtavan Yad Bhavan Mama Nrunam Yan Mriyamananam Manusheshu Manishinam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Shukovacha. Evam etani gaditam prishtavan yad bhavan mama pranamyan mriyamananam manusheshu manishinam. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay, we'll look at synonyms. Sri Shuka Uvacha, Sri Shukdev Goswami said, Evam, so, etat, all these, Nigaditam, answered, Prishtavan, as you inquired, Yat, what, Bhavan, your good self, Mama, unto me, Nrinam, of the human being, Yat, one, Mriyamananam, on the threshold of death, Manushyeshu, amongst the human beings, Manishinam, of the intelligent men. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Maharaj Parikshit, as you have inquired from me as to the duty of the intelligent man who is on the threshold of death, so I have answered you. Will you repeat? Sri Sukadeva Goswami said,
Sri Sukadev Goswami said,
Goswami
Maharaj
said,
Parikshit,
Maharaja
Maharaj
Parikshit,
Parikshit,
as you have inquired from me
as you
As
have
you
inquired from
inquired
me
from me
as to the duty of
as to the duty
the
of
duty of
the intelligent man
the
the
intelligent man
intelligent man
who is on the threshold of death,
who is
who
on the
is on the
threshold of
threshold
death,
of death.
I have answered you.
so I
So I
have
have
answered you.
answered you.
But anybody wants to read?
Shall I Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanapranam. Purport and translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So in human society all over the world, there are millions and billions of men and women, and almost all of them are less intelligent because they have very little knowledge of spirit soul. Almost all of them have a wrong conception of life, for they identify themselves with the gross and subtle material bodies, which they are not. In fact, they may be situated in different high and low positions in the estimation of human society, but one should know definitely that unless one inquires about his own self beyond the body and the mind, all his activities in human life are total failures. Therefore, out of thousands and thousands of men, one may inquire about his spirit self and thus consult the revealed scriptures like Vedanta Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Bhagavatam. But in spite of reading and hearing such scriptures, unless one is in touch with a realized spiritual master, he cannot actually realize the real nature of self. And thousands and hundreds of thousands of men, someone may know what Lord Krishna is in fact. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 20.122 to 123, it is said that Lord Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, prepared the Vedic literatures in the incarnation of Vyasadeva for reading by the intelligent class of men in a human society, which is almost totally forgetful of the genuine relation with Krishna. Even such an intelligent class of men may be forgetful in their relation with the Lord. The whole Bhakti Yoga process is therefore a revival of the lost relation. This revival is possible in the human form of life, which is obtained only out of the evolutionary cycle of 8.4 million species of life. The intelligent class of human being must take a serious note of this opportunity. Not all human beings are intelligent, so the importance of human life is not always understood. Therefore, Manishinam, meaning thoughtful, is particularly used here. A Manishinam person, like Maharaj Parikshit, must therefore take to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and fully engage himself in devotional service, hearing, chanting, etc., of the holy name and pastime of the Lord, which are all Hari Kathamrita. This action is especially recommended when one is preparing for death. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुत्पदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगं रघुनाथान्वितान्तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगल्ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुव एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिशे नमः। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीशुक उवाच एवं एतन्निगदितं पृष्टवान् यद्भवान् मम नृणां यन्म्रियमाणानां मनुष्येषु मनीषिणाम्। Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Maharaj Parikshit, as you have inquired from me as to the duty of the intelligent man who is on the threshold of death, so I have answered you. So welcome everyone to this session of Bhakti Vaibhava. Very glad that you've already completed the first canto and second canto also. The first two chapters are now done, and now today we are starting the third chapter. So the third chapter is entitled Pure Devotional Service, the change in heart. Change in heart. Sometimes we hear people saying that the nature of a person does not change, the heart of a person does not change. In Hindi, there's a saying, Chor chori se jaye, hera pheri se na jaye, which means very difficult to change the nature of a thief who can give away big thefts, but small hera pheri, very difficult for him to change his nature. But Shastras are saying with pure devotional service, change in heart does take place. So actually, when we work outside the three modes of nature, we are able to change our heart. And working outside the three modes of nature means pure devotional service. but very difficult for us to be not impacted by the modes. Hence, even while continuing our devotional service, since it is not at the platform of a pure devotional service, we get impacted by our nature. And that is why sometimes people say, आप तो भक्ति कर रहे हैं, आप ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं? This is not expected of you. People have huge expectations from somebody who slowly starts claiming that I am practicing Krishna consciousness. They may feel themselves entitled to do all sort of obnoxious activities, but out of 1,000, even if you end up doing one, they will put you in limelight saying, यही आपको ISKCON में सिखाते हैं क्या? I'm sure most of you in family, when you are going against your family members and trying to practice Krishna consciousness, and let's say in some situation you take up a stance which is more of a materialistic stance, not expected of a person acting in Sataguna, your family members immediately will charge you and saying, यही आपको ISKCON में सिखाते हैं क्या? You are unable to answer really, but at least you should be able to answer yourself why it is happening. That is happening because we are acting under modes. Don't think that just because we started to chant, just we have started to follow the four regulative principles and we have started to practice Krishna consciousness, that we have come out of the modes. Coming out of the modes is a gradual process which will take time. Do accept, yes, I'm still under modes, but don't get discouraged by such comments. In fact, it should act as an inspiration for you to do further inspection within your heart, interrogation. Okay, something is wrong. I need to work more. So with that backdrop, pure devotional service, change in heart, we start today's chapter. And the first verse itself, Srila Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Parishit Maharaj, that I have answered you. I have answered you all the questions that you wanted me to answer, and specifically the question of what about the duty of a person who is on the threshold of death, जो चौखट पे खड़ा है, बस मरने वाला है. I have answered you. So, is that question answered? All of you? So, has Sukadeva Goswami answered that question? Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji, in the previous chapter only he highlighted the devotional service as the ultimate.
Yes. So, what is the answer given?
Bhakti Yoga.
Be confident while answering. Who is answering?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
What is the answer given?
Devotional service unto the Lord
Devotional service.
surpasses all the other yogas.
So the duty of a person who is on the threshold of dying is to
Remember God. To remember the
God.
The devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of
within
Godhead.
the Bhakti Yoga total program.
Bhakti Yoga, very nice. Bhakti Yoga is penultimate. So that is the duty of a person on the verge of dying. Very nice. Now, a very interesting thing comes up. This is revealed in the scriptures. Authority is there saying what is the duty of a person who is on the threshold of death. Saying Bhakti Yoga, Krishna consciousness. So all of us, we know that Krishna consciousness is the duty of a person on the verge of dying. Not only all of us, in fact, most of the people now know. And at the same time, we also know that we do not know when death will come. See, you may think that you are in a position better than Parikshit Maharaj because he is about to die in 7 days. But the truth is, you are in a position worse than Parikshit Maharaj. You know why? At least Parikshit Maharaj knew he is not going to die for the next 7 days. Do you know that you are going to live for the next 7 days? For the next 7 hours? For the next 7 minutes? For the
No,
next
Prabhuji.
minutes?
No,
No.
Prabhuji.
No, Prabhu.
So actually we are in a position worse than Parikshit Maharaj. If Parikshit Maharaj said was about to die in 7 days, means next 7 days is not dying. So it is assured 7th day he will die. But we even do not know whether we have 7 moments with us. So now the secret has been revealed by the scriptures through the mouth of Srila Sukadeva Goswami that the duty of the person on the threshold of death is to practice Krishna consciousness. Are we on the verge of death? Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Anybody
Yes,
have an
Prabhuji.
answer? No? Very good. So if we are on the verge of death, what is our duty?
Remember Krishna.
To remember Krishna
Remember,
always.
do devotional service.
Satatam
Surrender and
Kirtan.
Do devotional
Never
service
forget Krishna.
to engage ourselves in
Devotional
Bhakti
service.
Yoga. But are we doing that? Are we doing that?
not 100%.
Not
Not
completely.
always.
Trying, Prabhuji, but not
are trying,
completely.
Not always, Prabhuji.
We are
Trying with our own
How
desires.
many
aspiring in that.
combinations are there, Prabhu?
You know why? So the answer you all are saying, we are trying, not 100%. You know where the secret is? The secret is in this verse itself. You see, what is the verse saying? Verse is saying, Manushyeshu Manishinam. Manusyeshu means amongst the human beings, Manishinam. Intelligent men will do this. Intelligent men on the threshold of death will perform Bhakti Yoga. So if we are not able to do that, in spite of knowing that we are on the threshold of death, then the conclusion is what?
We are not intelligent.
Not
We
intelligent.
are not intelligent. We are not Manishna. We are not intelligent. So that little thing in our hearts that we are intelligent, because we have been able to achieve some success in our material life, should not make you puffed up that I am a candidate fit for Krishna consciousness, because our acharyas have said those who take to Krishna consciousness are intelligent people. Indeed, they are supposed to be intelligent, but we have still not reached that mark because we have not been able to engage
Beta,
ourselves completely in pure devotional service. And Prabhupada in the purport, first line, I can now speak in colloquial language which is being used all over the world now, is sending missiles. मिसाइल छोड़ रहे हैं. क्या मिसाइल छोड़ दिया उन्होंने? सरिता माता जी is looking. माता जी, I hope there is no tension there in Dubai.
No, there is, Prabhu. ऊपर से जा रहे हैं फाइटर जेट सारा
ऊपर से
दिन.
जा रहे हैं. See, Sarita Mataji's position is like that, where Britishers, Namashwar Prabhu was saying few days back in the class, the fight is going on, world war is going on, and Prabhupada is writing to the Britishers, can I get papers to print Bhagavatam? So Sarita Mataji attending the class is like that. Missiles are flying, but she's not bothered. She's attending Bhakti Yoga.
No, we have confidence, Prabhu. Okay, government is taking very good care. Many interceptors all the time.
Interceptors. Thank you, Mataji. So our interceptor is Srimad Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada ने पहले ही लाइन में, पहले ही पर्पट के फर्स्ट लाइन में मिसाइल छोड़ दिया क्या? In human society all over the world there are millions and billions of men and women, and almost all of them are less intelligent. My God, can you imagine? Prabhupada had the guts to say the truth. Billions of human beings are less intelligent. Why? They have little knowledge of spirit soul. Basic knowledge of spirit soul is not there. Now what we will do, I request all of you, if possible, I cannot force, please switch on your videos. We will do one small exercise of 1 minute. I don't remember whether I have done in this class or not, but at this moment it makes sense to do that exercise. All of you ready with your videos on? Yes. I'll make a count of 10 and I'll start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we start. Okay, all of you, put your finger like this. Put your finger like this, the way I have done. Yeah. Now, point your finger to your head. Point to your eyes. Point to your nose. Point to your chin. Point to your heart. Point to yourself. Point to yourself. Where do I point? Where do I point?
To my heart.
You understood?
Heart.
According to the heart.
We understood?
Going to the
Yes,
heart.
Prabhuji.
We are not the body, we are spirit soul. Simple exercise. When you say point to yourself, I don't know where to point, because actually I am not this body, I am not the head, I am not the eye, I am not the chin, I am not where I am spirit soul. This simple knowledge people do not have, and Prabhupada is saying billions of people are less intelligent. We may think, oh, I know I am spirit soul, I am not the body. We may know it theoretically, but realization is not there. So we are also in this less intelligent category. If that knowledge comes to us through realization that we are not this body, we are spirit soul, then what happens? We do not have to attend Bhakti Vaibhava. We are already liberated. Because we are indulging in pure devotional service of the Lord, because we understand, oh, we are on the threshold of dying. What is my duty? So Prabhupada says in the purport, unless one inquires about his own self beyond the mind and body, all his activities are total failure. He may be the most intelligent in the society. If you think your definition of intelligence and of the people around you who are intelligent, your yardstick of measuring that intelligence is how successful they are in their material lives. And that is what we call intelligence. Prabhupada is saying, sorry, even if they are the most successful lawyers, most successful doctors, most successful engineers or chartered accountants or whoever, unless they inquire beyond mind and body, they are total failures. So what should we do? Prabhupada is suggesting we should read scriptures. Consult the revealed scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So reading scriptures, is it enough? Yes or no? All of you?
No.
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
No. Reading scriptures is not enough. Why?
We may interpret it in different
We have
ways,
to
Prabhuji.
Which one?
adopt in our life. Vedas, if you read,
Live it,
you will
actually.
end up with
Real
the
life.
Very
Prabhuji,
nice.
we have
So,
imperfect
Read up with
senses,
the
so we
fruitive
may
activities.
interpret it based on how we want to interpret.
thank
So,
you. And that is why Prabhupada is saying, but in spite of reading and hearing, unless one is in touch with a realized spiritual master, he cannot actually realize the real nature of the self. These are the conclusion of the Vedas. Unless you are not in touch with a realized spiritual master, we may have so many spiritual masters giving dikshas all around the world. Question is he a realized spiritual master? Tat vidhi pranipate na परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेशयन्ति ते ज्ञानम ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिना. That person should have tattva ka darshan, truth ka realization. Then only what will happen? Jnana can come in our heart. When we do Guru Puja in the morning, what we say? Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. It became very famous on YouTube. Mayapur, I think few days back, Guru Maharaj was, His Holiness Jai Pataka Guru Maharaj was singing Kirtana in the Panchatattva hall, and the deities started to cry. Did you all notice that video? Did you all see?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Bas Thakur
Yes,
Didi.
Prabhuji.
And it did not happen once. It happened once in 2013, then it happened in 2023 or 2024, and it happened for the third time. You are in touch with a realized spiritual master. We are very, 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 very fortunate to be in touch either through ashraya or through diksha or through shelter or through the siksha relationship with a realized spiritual master, and have a unique relationship with the founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. So we have to make the best of this opportunity and become a Manishinam. Become a Manishinam. Manishinam means intelligent person. We have to end up becoming a thoughtful, intelligent person. And how we can become that? Prabhupada has simply said, Manishinam means one who is fully engaged in devotional service. It's not a very difficult thing to do. You don't have to become a Pandita in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, start quoting. No, that is not the expectation. Manishinam, an intelligent person, means somebody who is fully engaged himself in devotional service. Simple. Yeah? Very nice. Now, verse 2 to 7, very, very interesting verses. And we will feel happy, and some of us may get the goals of our lives here. Yeah? Some confidential information has been revealed to make our lives materially very, very comfortable. Okay, let's do some honest reflection on our lives. See, let's be very, very honest. Generally, when a question is asked, the tendency of human beings is to answer and what should be ideally done. But you should not answer that. Answer what is the fact. How many of us still harbor material desires in our heart? Please raise your digital hand. Be honest. We still harbor material desires in our heart. Very nice. It's good to be honest, because I'll raise both my hands and both my legs also. So much material desire I have in my hand. Now, thank you very much. You know what the irony is? We always want our material desires to get fulfilled. And before coming to Krishna consciousness, we were running from pillar to post to get our material desires fulfilled. But today, through these verses, you will come to know that actually we were posting our letters at wrong addresses. Why? We'll find out. Somebody please read the purport.
Prabhuji,
May I,
may I
Prabhuji?
read?
Anyone can, please.
Translation.
Hare Krishna.
One who desires to be absorbed in the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence should worship the master of the Vedas, Lord Brahma, or Brahaspati, the learned priest. One who desires powerful sex should worship the heavenly king Indra, and one who desires good progeny should worship the great progenitors called the Prajapatis. One who desires good fortune should worship Durga Devi, the superintendent of the material world. One desiring to be very powerful should worship fire, and one who aspires only after money should worship the Vasus. One should worship the Rudra incarnations of Lord Shiva if he wants to be a great hero. One who wants a large stock of grains should worship Aditi. One who desires to attain the heavenly planets should worship the sons of Aditi. One who desires a worldly kingdom should worship Vishwadeva. And one who wants to be a popular with the general mass of population should worship the Sadhya demigod. One who desires a long span of life should worship the demigods known as the Ashwini Kumaras. And a person desiring a strongly built body should worship the earth. One who desires stability in his post should worship the horizon and the earth combined. One who desires to be beautiful should worship the beautiful residents of the Gandharva planet. And one who desires a good wife should worship the Apsaras and the Urvashi society girls of the heavenly kingdom. One who desires domination over others should worship Lord Brahma, the head of the universe. One who desires tangible fame should worship the personality of Godhead. And one desires a good bank balance should worship the demigod Varuna. If one desires to be a greatly learned man, he should worship Lord Shiva. And if one desires a good marital relation, he should worship the chaste goddess Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Now, desire for absorption in the Brahma Jyoti effulgence, we had no idea what's all this. I'm talking about our lives before Krishna consciousness. So this shloka says, verse says, please worship Lord Brahma or Brahspati. Desire for powerful sex, worship Indra. Desire good progeny. Most of the mothers, most of the families, they desire good progeny. But it's saying, worship Prajapatis. We hardly knew who Prajapatis are. In fact, today also if I ask, half of us don't know who Prajapatis are. So, but it's saying, Prajapati should be worshipped for progeny. For good fortune, worship Durga Devi. I think Durga Devi, most of us have been worshipping somehow or the other. If you want to become powerful, worship fire. Many people wanted to become powerful, still want to become powerful. Have they ever worshipped fire? No. No idea. Aspire money, worship Vasus. Vasus, who are they? No idea. Everybody aspires money, but Vasus, I don't know who Vasus are. Then, if you desire to go to Swarga, heavenly planets, worship the sons of Aditi. No idea. Worldly kingdom if you want, Vishwadeva. If you want to be popular, the general Ashirvad is kya? Yash ho, Kirti ho, Naam ho, Man ho, Samman ho. General popular. Worship Sadhya demigod. Who is Sadhya demigod? No idea. What we are trying to say is, before our lives in Krishna consciousness, we actually wanted all material benefits like this, but we never knew whom to go to. We were all going to our famous Durga Devi, Ganesh Ji, Santoshi Mata, Sai Baba, few famous demigods. But are they empowered to give you what you ask them? Srimad Bhagavatam is revealing, for each thing somebody has been empowered. So all our life before Krishna consciousness actually was a waste, because we have been posting our letters to the wrong addresses. Srimad Bhagavatam has something for everyone. Even at this moment in your life, you decide, okay, I do not want to do Krishna conscious life, I want material benefits. Srimad Bhagavatam has listed for you the names of the demigods whom you need to worship. What a pity, no? What a pity. Life before Krishna conscious, such a waste. We wanted so many things in our lives, but we didn't know what to do. We were just going to our favorite demigods, thinking everything will come, but they don't have the power to grant you. They don't have the power. Or let me flip the question. Were you really getting the benediction that you were getting from your demigods in full? Means, you wanted something, were you getting it in full? Answer is no. Either you were getting it in a limited quantity or for a temporary period of time, because that's the way it has been structured. Anything which is given by demigods is temporary and limited, because they do not have the right to give you in permanence and in full. So Prabhupada is explaining in the purport. What is Prabhupada saying? Prabhupada is saying all persons who aspire for gaining material enjoyment objects or gross materialistic persons are on the whole less intelligent. Compare our lives pre-Krishna consciousness. We were actually hankering for material objects, but our life was on a whole less intelligent. And now we know without getting into whether we should ask those things or not, we were actually not able to properly worship the demigod who is supposed to be worshipped. Less intelligent life. And Bhagavad Gita 7.20, it calls such person as Rityajnaha. Rityajnaha means deprived of knowledge. He has no knowledge. No knowledge. Less intelligent people. See, you take practical examples. In our, let's say, take example of India. All famous Bollywood stars, cricketers, businessmen. Ultimately, what are they doing? What they call success. After having earned money, what are they doing? Big house, bigger house. Big cars, bigger cars. Now, one marriage, many marriages. Isn't it? Surrendering Indian citizenship, settling abroad, looking for comfort, looking for luxury. But for what? But for what? Rityajnana, deprived of knowledge, have they really understood and solved the real problems of life? Prabhupada explains, the person who is intelligent is actually the one who has darshan of the real problems of life. And what are the real problems of life? Janam mrityu jara vyadhi dukha dosh anudarshanam. If you have really such a successful Bollywood star, such a successful businessman, such a successful cricketer, or for that matter anyone, have you been able to solve the basic problems of Janam Mrityu Jara Vyadhi? You say, no, there is no such problem. There is. Prabhupada is saying, no one wants to change his birthright, no one wants to meet death, no one wants to be old or invalid, and no one wants diseases. If that is the scenario, is it not a problem? It is a problem. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to be old. Nobody wants diseases. Then if these are problem, why those successful people, so-called successful people, are not doing anything to address them? Because you know why? Because this can neither be solved by the grace of demigod, nor it can be solved by the so-called advancement of material science. Money can buy you products of material advancement, but material advancement has no capacity to solve this problem of Janam Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. With money, what are you doing? You are actually buying luxury. Luxury means products of material advancement. But neither the demigods nor material science has the capacity to solve the problem of Janam Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukha Dosh Anuvartanam. And that is why we are not Manishina. We are foolish people. But you may question, okay, we are foolish, we will die. But Manishinam, will they not die? They will also die. Prabhupada is acknowledging death is inevitable for everyone, whether intelligent or foolish. Death will come, there is no doubt. But a Manishinam is like Parikshit Maharaj, who has a highly developed mind, and at the time of death is able to give up all material enjoyments and completely surrender onto the lotus feet of Lord. And that is the perfection of life. But a foolish person will not be able to do that. Hope we are able to appreciate these 5 shlokas, these 5 verses that we are reading, that how you can actually worship demigods, make your life comfortable, but at this then still you will be called Rityajnana, you will be called a foolish person, because you have not been able to take darshan of, you have not been able to understand the real problems of Janam Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. So you are not a Manishna, you are not an intelligent person. Very good. Is it clear till now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now Bhagavatam further reveals one should worship Vishnu or his devotees for spiritual advancement in knowledge. If spiritual advancement in knowledge, Manishinam, is required, what has to be done? Lord Vishnu or his devotees have to be worshipped. Now I have a very big question for all of you. First repeat, all of you. What is this shloka saying? Who has to be worshipped for advancement in spiritual knowledge? All
Lord
of you have to be on the same page.
Lord Vishnu.
Lord Vishnu
All
or
his
his...
devotees. All his devotees.
That is why we want to be on the same page. Who has to be worshipped? Come again.
Lord
Lord
Vishnu.
Vishnu or his devotees.
Lord Vishnu or his devotees. For Lord Shiva, it is called Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. There is no bigger Vaishnava than...
Shiva.
Lord Shiva.
So, is this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam saying worshipping Lord Shiva is okay for advancement in spiritual knowledge? Because this verse is saying Lord Vishnu or his devotees. Lord Shiva is the biggest devotee of Vishnu. So this verse is saying worshipping Lord Shiva is good for spiritual advancement. But this is contrary to so many places where Prabhupada has explained us demigods like Lord Shiva should not be worshipped. Only Vishnu should be worshipped. So how do we reconcile this, or how do we understand this? Or should this mean that from today I can worship Shiva because he is the greatest devotee of Lord Vishnu to attain spiritual advancement as per verse 2.3.8 of Srimad Bhagavatam? What is your understanding? Let's discuss.
I feel, Prabhuji, we should worship Shiva to get Krishna's, to get more bhakti in Krishna.
So we can stop worshipping Vishnu?
No, not at all. We should worship Vishnu.
Why? This shloka is saying or his devotees. It's not saying and his devotees. So you worship him or you worship his devotees. Output is the same. Advancement in spiritual knowledge. So why should you worship both?
You
Hare
get
Krishna,
only
Prabhuji.
knowledge, Prabhuji. Afterwards, you have to move further.
No, further is okay, Prabhuji. Till the knowledge, is it okay to worship Shiva?
Okay,
Along
so
with knowledge, you
Prabhuji,
should straight away do Bhakti Seva also. Only knowledge, just after completing knowledge, I'll go for Bhakti Seva. That's not going to happen. So both should
No.
go hand in hand parallelly.
No. Spiritual knowledge means what, Prabhuji? What is the meaning of spiritual knowledge? Spiritual knowledge means that realization that you should do Seva, isn't it?
Yes. Afterwards, you
So
are
till that point, till I have that realization, which all of us do not have. Okay, I am taking liberty to even speak on your behalf. If somebody has that realization, please pardon me. Okay, let me talk about myself. Let's say for me, I have not realized the fact that I don't have spiritual knowledge, which means I don't have the realization that I should be fully engaged in devotional service. So at this point, if I do Krishna Bhakti, Krishna consciousness, is that right or wrong? Because as per this verse, even if I worship Shiva, it is right.
Prabhuji, we should worship Shiva as a Vaishnava and not as a demigod and ask him for benedictions.
So we should stop worshipping Vishnu?
No, we should not.
But Prabhupada is saying only Vishnu is to be worshipped. Only Vishnu is to be worshipped. Time and again Prabhupada said only Vishnu has to be worshipped, only Krishna has to be worshipped.
Prabhuji, Lord Krishna is the source of everything.
Also, no?
The second
Prabhuji, so if a person is worshipping Lord Krishna because he is the source for everyone, he is the supreme cause of all causes. So as we mentioned, when we water the roots of the tree, everyone gets satisfied. So demigods are also being worshipped indirectly
So
because
is this no? Do you understand?
respect.
Mataji, philosophy is understood, but does that mean this verse is not right?
Prabhuji,
what you're explaining is contrary to the verse.
Prabhuji, we don't worship the demigods; we respect them, and we worship.
This verse is saying you worship his devotees.
Yeah,
so
we worship all the pure devotees of the Lord. Yes, Prabhuji.
So we can stop worshipping Vishnu because it says Vishnu
No,
or
Lord
his
Vishnu
devotees.
is to be worshipped.
It says
definitely.
all his devotees.
Devotees in the sense all the pure devotees of the Lord. Yes, Prabhuji. We
Lord Shiva is a pure devotee of the Lord.
Yes.
There's even an alternative, Prabhuji.
Huh?
An alternative is mentioned here, Prabhuji.
Alternative is mentioned. My goodness. Which means our entire philosophy is shaken now. If you take
Backup
the
plan,
alternative,
Prabhuji.
then Prabhupada's
Prabhuji,
instructions,
Prabhuji,
only
ask
worship
Shiva
Krishna,
to
only worship Krishna, only worship Krishna is nullified.
Prabhu,
Because Prabhupada has not given
Prabhuji,
any
worship
alternative.
has to be done to Krishna only.
Huh?
Whoever are the devotees, we have to respect them completely.
that's
We
what
don't
Lord.
have to ignore them. We have to respect them, but worship is meant for Krishna only.
This verse is calling about worship, Mataji. It's not my words.
So
This verse is
worship
before you. One should worship
is
Lord
not
Vishnu
the
or his devotees for spiritual advancement. We're talking about the verse.
Prabhuji, we
Prabhuji, I
should.
think that is why there is a need of reading the purport, because we will do our own
Prabhuji,
speculation.
we
That's
are
why there's
when
a
we
need
are
of reading the
saying,
Purport.
Prabhuji,
Okay.
this when we worship them, then our false ego gets, that is eliminated. So with that particular understanding, if we worship them, then they really guide us. So this
Okay.
is what we should understand. But when we are
Okay.
not worshipping them, we respect them. But yes, definitely Lord Vishnu we worship.
Okay.
Yes,
Prabhu, if we
Prabhuji.
are
And
Prabhuji, that's why
devotees
it
worshipping
is
also, like
Lord
we
told.
respect
Shiva,
them.
he will
Prabhuji.
himself,
That's why it is told that
Prabhu,
it
if
should
we
be
are the
learned
Lord
through
Shiva,
a
if we are
guru.
doing the worship as a pure devotee, as him
Yes.
as a pure devotee, he will
Yes.
definitely guide us towards Vishnu.
Yes,
He
Yes.
Prabhuji.
will
Okay.
not keep.
Okay. Wonderful.
We don't have the
Like for
qualification to
example,
directly
Prabhuji, we
Try
had
please
to guide us
Krishna,
to a
so we
higher
have to go
Prabhuji,
through
for
the
perspective.
duty
example,
what is.
recently we had Shivratri. So everybody respects, they offer obeisances so that and request and pray to him that please guide us towards Lord Krishna.
Okay.
So for
Fine.
this understanding, if we are offering
All
prayers,
right.
then
Okay.
it's
Okay. Let's proceed. So see, let's now try to understand it in the right perspective. I was hearing one lecture of a senior devotee of ISKCON, and you know what he revealed? And which you can also testify whether his observation was right or wrong. He said, most of the devotees who have come to Krishna consciousness were before that Lord Shiva's Bhakta. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Agree,
Many of them.
Prabhuji.
Yes,
Correct.
Prabhuji.
Yes,
yes,
Prabhu.
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Most
Number
of
one. So it's your personal realization also. So something has happened. So you were worshipping Shiva and all of you are now in Krishna consciousness. Something has happened. Anybody has heard about Narsingh Mehta?
Mm-hmm.
yes,
We
Narsingh
heard
Mehta?
his name.
yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Heard about
Yes.
it.
Now through his example, let's understand. Narsingh Mehta from Gujarat, and it's contemporary. It's not very old example. Big Bhakta of Lord Shiva. Left his home, went to Shiva temple, sitting there for 2-3 days, 4 days. Shiva appeared. What do you want? He said, whatever is close to your heart, whatever is most dear to you, Shivji, you give me that. Okay, I give you Krishna Bhakti. Shivji gave Krishna Bhakti to Narsingh Mehta, and Narsingh Mehta became one of the biggest devotees of Krishna. So much so that his daughter's Bhat, you understand the Bhat program? During marriage is a program called Bhat, where gifts are given from the bride side during the marriage ceremony. Krishna himself went and did, because Narsingh Mehta had nothing. People think, आप भात कैसे भरेंगे अपनी बेटी की शादी में? Krishna ji जानते हैं. Krishna himself went and did that, and later on he came to know that has happened. So a Shiva Bhakta became a Krishna Bhakta. Why?
For the mercy
Now
of
take
Lord.
another example. We'll conclude. Let's take one more example before we conclude the philosophy or the principle. Your son wants to serve you. Okay, all fathers here. Let's put it on fathers now. They want to serve you. When you lie down in the bed, they say, Papa, you have worked so hard during the day. Can I give massage to your legs? Can I press your legs? बहुत संस्कारी बेटा है. Yes. But at the same time, the grandfather, means father's father, is lying in the next room. So this small pinch is there in the heart of the father कि अगर मेरा बेटा दादाजी के पैर जाके दबाए, कितनी अच्छी बात है, मेरे दबाए ना दबाए. Father is happy that the son is trying to serve him, but he will be happier if he serves the grandfather. Doesn't matter whether he serves him or not. Similarly, Shivji and other pure devotees of the Lord are happier if you serve their master, their Lord, Sri Krishna, whether you serve them or not. So if you go to Lord Shiva will say, you are eligible to serve my master Krishna. I give you benediction of Krishna. If you go to Hanumanji, say, yes, you can now serve Ramji, you can serve Krishna. They are not happy getting themselves served. They are happy if you serve their master. Das, anudas. That is our philosophy. That is our philosophy. But that does not mean that we leave the master and we just get into the service of Shiva. Oh Shivji, yaar mujhe Krishna ji ke baare mein kuch nahi pata. Shivji wants you to serve Krishna. And they are happier that way. So this is the way we have to understand this. Because what is the desire of the pure devotees of the Lord? The desire of the pure devotees of the Lord that everybody should serve his master, not serve himself. Okay?
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Very nicely
Very
explained.
nice explanation.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Really,
That's
really
very nice.
And now the second part of the verse. And for protection of heredity and advancement of our dynasty, one should worship the various demigods. So, Prabhupada explains, one good dynasty, everybody wants a good dynasty. They want to be happy and progress in their body relationship. So they think, okay, go to demigods. But Prabhupada is explaining, such different classes of worshippers of different demigods may ultimately reach the respective planets of those demigods within the universe, but he who reaches the spiritual planet achieves the highest perfection. You may achieve, no problem. There's a famous shloka which we'll see in the next verse. You may be able to do that, but ultimately you will not be able to reach the ultimate target. Very nice. What is the next shloka saying? 9th. Today we'll cover till 12th as per the session plan. Again some formulas have been given. One who desires domination over a kingdom should worship the Manus. One who desires victory over an enemy should worship the demons. One who desires sense gratification, worship the moon. So आप सब चंद्रमा की पूजा शुरू कर दीजिए. हमें अपने इंद्र तृप्ति को है ना प्रमुखता देनी है. But one who desires nothing worships the supreme personality of Godhead. Very tough to internalize and very tough. Actually, honestly, there's a there's a chill in the spine when they say desire nothing. You kahan leke ja rahe hain mere ko? Why I have gotten into all this? At least I deserve a basic comfortable life. Who desire nothing should go to Krishna. But I am gone to Krishna, but I still have desires. तो क्या बोलते हैं धोबी ना घर का ना घाट का. What is the कहावत?
घर का ना घाट का दुश्मन अनाज का.
धोबी का कुत्ता
ना घर का ना घाट का. ये मेरी अवस्था हो गई है. मटेरियल डिजायर्स हैं और यहाँ पे लिख रहा है कि जिसको the ones who do not have material desires should go to Krishna. But somehow this ISKCON fellows, they put me in Krishna consciousness and still I have material desires, so I'm become like a dhobi ka kutta. Na ghar ka, na ghat ka. Better I would have worshipped the moon devta and said, yes, I want to enjoy my senses, give me nectar. At least one thing has happened, but you should thank ISKCON devotees. They have shown you Srimad Bhagavatam and they have shown you the list of demigods you can go to if you want to enjoy. See, you have not signed a contract with anyone. You still have the chance to step back and worship the demigods. Choice is yours. And now you know perfectly the list. Oh, I want victory over my enemies. Let me worship this. All the while I've been worshipping Sai Baba, all the while I've been worshipping Durga Devi, Hanumanji, But oh, I have been shooting arrows in the wild. Now I know where to shoot. For each desire I have been named the demigod. Nobody was giving me, Srimad Bhagavatam has given me. But choice is yours whether you want to buy a candy from the shop or you want to buy the whole shop. Srimad Bhagavatam is the shop. Do you want to just buy that candy and worship moon, or you want to embrace the entire shop, embrace the entire Srimad Bhagavatam and take the perfect conclusion from the Shastras and make your life perfect? Choice is ours. A horse can be taken to the well, you cannot force it to drink water. So we can show, Bhagavatam shows us the way. It is on us to decide. That is what Krishna says, Arjuna, what? Yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. I have told you everything. It is on you to decide. So are we ready to become like Arjuna and saying what? Karishye vachanam tava. What you have said, I will do. Have we reached that level? Question. Yeah? Okay, wonderful. So this shloka, what is there? Let's understand.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a doubt. Here, whatever we are studying, it is regarding worship, and there is no mention Shukdev Goswami is making regarding the devotion.
Wait, Mataji. Things will build up. We are waiting for things. It's very good that you are under this perception, because that is what I wanted. Naturally, this desire should come. No. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. Some desire should be there in the heart. Some burning is there. No. Next few slokas will calm you down and give you what is required to be done. It's good that you have this thing in your heart, some burning in your heart, that what you are reading or what you are saying is not, we don't want this. But let's first understand this. So saying nothing if you require worship Supreme Personality of God. Now see, Prabhupada is showing us our reality. What? Prabhupada is saying, if, 1 minute. The one who desire material enjoyment and seek the favor of demigods are not in control of their senses and so give themselves to nonsense. Please repeat this to yourselves. If we still desire material enjoyment, we are not in control of our senses and we are giving ourselves to nonsense. We are giving ourselves to nonsense. And a famous example of Prabhupada says their leaders are more nonsense. Because they openly preach that by worshipping any form of demigods, you can get the same result. Prabhupada gives this famous example. If you want to reach Bombay from Delhi, you cannot buy ticket for Baroda. So, one famous saying, I don't want to say that, but the one who explains that whatever path you choose and you will reach is nonsense. Because at a platform, if I want to go to Bombay, I have to buy the ticket for Bombay, not for Baroda. Now, a googly is there for us in this purport. What? For fulfillment of material desires, one may worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Can you see this? And everybody, are you on the same page?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhu.
So
Yes,
till
Prabhu.
now, the verse is, if you want no material sense gratification, worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada is saying, for fulfillment of material desires, one may worship the Supreme Lord. You are feeling happy or you are feeling sad or you are confused?
But read further, Prabhuji.
Happy Prabhuji, one point of contact. Single window clearance.
Single window clearance. SPOC. Single point of contact. Now, who is your SPOC? Lord Vishnu. What do you want? I want 1 kg of gold because the prices are soaring. We go to SPOC, Lord Vishnu. So you are feeling happy, SPOC, because material desires are there. So now you are not that kutta we spoke about. Na ghar ka na ghat ka. No, 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 no. The path you have chosen is a meaningful path, because even for the fulfillment of material desires, you are allowed to go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the question arises, what is the difference? What is the
Prabhu, he will give
difference?
only what is good for us. He may not
Yes.
give
Very
whatever
good.
we want.
Purifies us, the Lord.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
he'll give
So,
what is
Prabhuji,
good for our devotional service. If we are going in the devotional service, he will
Yeah.
only give if it will be not a hindrance to our devotional service.
Very nice. Thank you,
Otherwise,
Mataji. And let's read. Let's read what Prabhupada is saying. Prabhupada is saying, generally, let me highlight. Generally, the Lord does not fulfill anyone's material desires for sense enjoyment, but He awards such benediction to worshippers of the Lord, for they ultimately come to the point of not desiring material enjoyment. Very, very important for us to understand. Do not be afraid in the path of bhakti. Have no reservations in your heart. Krishna knows your heart. He's sitting there as Paramatma. Updrashta Anumanta Cha. He's noticing everything. He will allow you material sense gratification in such a way that ultimately you stop vying for such gratification. That is his way. That is his style. You understand? You understand? That is his style. For example, your back is scratching badly. You're praying to a demigod, do something. He sends a friend. Friend is scratching, and what happens? Blood oozes out. So what happens? Instead of relief, now you are in pain. The itching sensation that could have gone in 10-15 minutes now has become a pain for 2, 3, 4 days. But if you pray to Krishna, Krishna, my back is scratching, do something. Krishna will give you tolerance for next 15 minutes till the itching sensation goes away. So next time your back is itching, you will not pray. He said, okay, I understood. So he's helped you, but he helps you in such a way that you stop vying for sense gratification. That is his style. That is his intelligence. Among the 6 opulences of Krishna, one opulence is fully, most knowledgeable. He knows. See, this is exactly what you do with your kids also, no? Mothers are the most intelligent in dealing with kids and fulfilling their demands. Suppose a kid has come up with a demand which you know is a bad demand, you should not encourage. So you will try to act in such a way that you are slowly also fulfilling his desires, but at the same time you are doing it in such a way that the next time he is not demanding. Yes or no, mothers?
yes, Prabhuji.
Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you are using your intelligence. So Krishna तो हम सबके लिए क्या है?
As our father.
पितामह है. His mother, his father, his grandfather is everything. So will he not think about us? That we act in such a way that the next time we don't get into such nonsensical demands? Isn't it? So not difficult to understand. So no need of any apprehension. Be confident that the path you have chosen is not the wrong path. And since material desires are still in the heart, Krishna will give you opportunity. No need to repent. Now wonderful shloka has come. A person who has broader intelligence, whether he, now please mark it, whether he be full of material desires or without any material desires or desiring liberation. 3 category of persons: full of material desire, no material desire, desiring liberation. If you have a broader intelligence, which we all think we have, must by all means worship the Supreme Whole. In whatever category we fall under, and I'm sure we fall under one of the categories. Somebody may say, no, I'm not full of material desires. Some material desires there. Okay. Let's for the time being assume we are full of material desires. Full of material desires, no material desire, extreme. both of you must go to Vishnu. Must go. So on the one hand, from verse number 3 to 7 or 2 to 7, all the demigods have been listed. You want this, you go to him. You want this, you go to him. You want this, you go to him. Now in this verse it is said, okay, you may have all the desires under the sun, you go to Vishnu. Why? Because Vishnu will fulfill it in such a way that saap bhi mar jaye aur lathi bhi na toote. But demigods will either kill the snake and not able to save the danda, or the danda will break and the saap will not get killed. Either will happen. But Vishnu can do it in such an intelligent way that slowly you are able to come out of this habit of having desires, material desires in your heart. Any one of you have such an experience in the life where you were harboring material desires and Krishna fulfilled it, but now you have understood, I'll not do any such desire in the future. Any personal incidents, any personal realization?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, please share, Mataji.
Yes,
Dipti
Prabhuji, it
Mataji.
happens. Prabhuji, when I was working, when I was in the professional life, I always was like, I want more. I want something more, We are not satisfied with our life. And when I went abroad also, that time also I had the same kind of this thing. And I realized that whenever I requested, it got fulfilled. And he fulfilled it, and I realized that I was not being satisfied. Prabhuji, the point is, a person is never satisfied, in materialistic life. But I reached a point wherein I literally, when he fulfilled it, I requested, he fulfilled it, and I realized, no, this is what I wanted, but this is not the end of it.
Yeah.
That
Not
is
simple.
when,
Yeah.
and that is
Understood.
when, Prabhuji, I understood and I got connected by the mercy of the Lord,
Thank
I
you,
got
Mataji.
connected, Prabhuji.
Very
Thank
nice to have personal relation. I'll give a very apt
Prabhu, one
example.
is there also, Prabhu, initially you start going to the temple when you are in a college or going through a competition or anything, when you want selection to be done. You
Yes.
start going to the temple, भगवान से मांग के selection करा दो. MBBS नहीं करेंगे तो क्या बनेंगे, teacher बनेंगे क्या बनेंगे.
Yes.
And you go, and then finally you come to a point when God gives you also, then you start going regularly only. You don't want to leave that routine, and you go until date, you keep on going, that
Yeah.
now you don't have desire, but then you
No.
want to see the darshan of the
Very
Lord.
nice. Thank you,
Exactly.
Mataji. See, I'll give you a very apt example that just now came to my mind. We have a very senior devotee here in the temple. He's a Grasta. And he is in a company nearby. It's a port company, like Airport Authority of India for aircraft. It's for shipping company, Port Authority. So he is in a position which is third from the top. So chairman, vice chairman, and now deputy conservator. So he's a deputy conservator, and he's a devotee. And he has done. Maybe tomorrow, if you attend Mangal Aarti, we'll have a big announcement to do. Some good CSR sanction has happened because of him. Now what happens, you see, the chairman has retired. Vice chairman has gone on 6 months leave. So he's third in line as a deputy conservator, and he's become the acting chairman of the company. So during 26th January parade and all, maybe some videos are there, like, you'll see Modi on a open jeep and accepting salute and, flag hoist, everything he was doing, because it's a navy, part of the navy. And he said, as part of the deputy conservator, which he would have retired in the next 4 years at the same position, he could have never achieved that. So as a devotee, Krishna fulfilled, maybe he has not desired for that, but he showed him the penultimate of his career. Without being in that position, 2 positions above. Chairman retired, position not filled, vice chairman on 6 months leave. So he's the senior most, and he's accepting all the honor and decisions and everything. And now what happens? Some maybe feel, he's got material desires. Within 1 month, this VRS, voluntary retirement scheme comes, and he applies for that. Still 5 years left. So Krishna shows him penultimate of his career without being in that position, and at the same time gives him inspiration to apply for voluntary retirement, because he's no more desiring to become the chairman, no more desiring to accept such a position. Can you understand? Krishna's intelligence. So on his devotees, Krishna is very merciful. I think he's the only deputy conservator of the company who was given a guard of honor and all, because 2 positions above him were vacant. Never it has happened in the history of the company. And immediately within 1 month, he decides to opt for voluntary retirement. He has no attachment to the job now. He says, I'm just going and spending my time. All my mind is in Krishna consciousness. So desires fulfilled, yet in a very, very detached way. Correct? Maybe he was not harboring that desire at all, that I should get a guard of honor. I'm saying Krishna gives opulence. Okay, you do it, you accept it before you actually retire. And today only we got part of the sanction amount for the CSR. Big amount has come to us, made possible only because of him, acting chairman of the company. Because we are building a Bhagavad Gita College, and we are also struggling with other companies. Other not easy unless you know somebody influential in the company. All this CSR, everything is on paper. Very, very difficult to crack through, but because of the influence we could get. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur one day said, all the judges, all the senior positions will be bhaktas, and we are seeing and we are experiencing, and we are reaping the benefit in Krishna consciousness activities. So, why we are studying that? Even if you are full of desires, please go to Vishnu only. And there's a beautiful paragraph on Akamaha. Prabhupada has written in the purport. Please, somebody can read the paragraph from here. Akamaha.
Akama is one who has no material desire. A living being, naturally being the part and parcel of the supreme whole, Purusham Puranam, has as his natural function to serve the supreme being, just as the parts and parcel of the body or the limbs of the body are naturally meant to serve the complete body. Desireless means, therefore, not to be inert like the stone, but to be conscious of one's actual position and thus desire satisfaction only from the Supreme Lord. Srila Jiva Goswami has explained this desirelessness as Bhajanya Param Purusha Shukla Mantra Swa Sukhatvam in his Shadsandar. This means that one should feel happy only by experiencing the happiness of the Supreme Lord. This institution of the living being is sometimes manifested even during the conditioned stage of a living being in the material world. And such intuition is expressed in the manner of altruism, philanthropy, socialism, communism, etc., by the undeveloped minds of less intelligent person. In the mundane field, such an outlook of doing good to others in the form of society, community, family, country, or humanity is a partial manifestation of the same original feeling in which a pure living entity feels happiness by the happiness of the Supreme Lord. Such superb feelings were exhibited by the damsels of Rajabhumi for the happiness of the Lord. The gopis loved the Lord without any return, and this is the perfect exhibition of the Kama spirit. Kama spirit, or the desire for one's own satisfaction, is fully exhibited in the material world, whereas the spirit of Akama is fully exhibited in the spiritual world.
Thank you, Mataji. Akamaha. Akama means without any sense gratification of the self. And Prabhupada is explaining, this is there, this feeling is there in us, which is expressed in the manner of altruism, philanthropy, socialism, communism, etc. When we serve others, we feel happy, but it is not fully manifested. Akama is fully exhibited only in the spiritual world. And beautiful example, see, Prabhupada is calling it a superb feeling, not doing it for yourself. And these are exhibited by the damsels of Rajabhumi, the gopis. I know most of you know this story. When Narad Muni visited Krishna, said, I have some headache. Anybody knows? So anybody wants to narrate it nicely? Sita Lakshmi Mataji, you want to narrate? Yes, Mataji, try.
I try, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Once Supreme Lord was suffering from severe headache. He asked
Then Narada Muni came, Prabhu, what happened? Like that he asked. Then Supreme Lord told, I want my headache to be minimized if from pure devotees, some padadu, something in
Dust
English,
of the
I don't
lotus
know.
feet.
Bring like that. Then he went everywhere. Then everybody told, oh, we will not give our pada for Krishna. It is a very sin for us. Nobody has accepted. Then he went with this gopis. Then whatever went, our aim is to our master should be perfectly all right. They gave me with full pressure.
Thank you. Very nicely explained, Mataji.
I'm having some language problems.
No, Mataji, very nicely you said. Thank you, Mataji. So, akamaha, even at the cost of suffering for thousands and thousands and thousands of years in Narka, because your dust will be applied on Krishna's head, it doesn't matter. The superb feeling of giving satisfaction to Krishna is more important than anything else. That is why desirelessness does not mean to be inert like the stone. Akamaha, without any desire, doesn't mean that you become a stone. No. It means you desire the satisfaction of the desire of the Lord. Maya sakta manapa. Instead of getting attached to your desires, you get attached to the desires of the. And this is perfectly demonstrated in the example of the gopis. Desire satisfaction for the Supreme Lord, not for yourself. Okay? Last shloka for the day. All the different kinds of worshippers of multi-demigods can attain the highest perfectional benediction, which is spontaneous attraction, unflinchingly. 11th. Fixed upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead only by the association of the pure devotees of the Lord. So here the importance is given to the association of the pure devotees of the Lord. I think we'll go to the highest. I think we can do this one. This shloka is important. We skip. Yeah. We go to the next one. 12th. Transactional knowledge in relation to with the Supreme Lord Hari is knowledge resulting in the complete suspension of the waves and whirlpools of the material modes. Such knowledge is self-satisfying due to its being free from material attachment and being transcendental. It is approved by authorities. Who could fail to be attracted? Actually, everybody is failing to get attracted in this material world. So, 10.9, Prabhupada is quoting the characteristics of pure devotees, and 10.9, what the Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. Devotees discussing Krishna, they are very, very happy because that is what they discuss among themselves. And Srila Jiva Goswami, what he says, in this connection, and establishes that Narayana, the personality of Godhead, is known as Kaivalya, which means which enables one to approach the Lord, is called the Kaivalya Pantha, or the only means of attaining of God. This Kaivalya Pantha begins from Shavana and hearing those topics related to personality of Godhead. And the natural consequences of hearing such Harikatha is the attainment of transcendental knowledge, which causes detachment from all mundane topics for which a devotee has no taste at all. For a devotee, all mundane activities, social and political, becomes unattractive. So, Mataji was saying, all this bomb shelling happening in Dubai, not attracted at all. Mundane activities. And in the mature state, such a devotee becomes uninterested even in his own body. See, that is why His Holiness Jayapataka Guru Maharaj can see. So much pain. He said in one of the interviews, from a physical perspective, I'm a wreck. Wreck, you use that word when a ship gets wrecked, but inside I'm very happy. And what to speak of bodily relatives. In such a state of affair, one is not agitated by the waves of material modes. There are different modes of material nature, and all mundane functions in which a common man is very much interested or which he takes part becomes unattractive for the devotees. So you have stopped attending those parties, those functions and all, because not attractive now. This state of affair is described herein as Pratini Vrata, Gunormi, and it is possible by Atma Prasada, or complete self-satisfaction without any material connection. The first class devotee of the Lord attains this stage by devotional service. This is possible only through devotional service, only through devotional service. Bhaktya mam avijana. There is no other way. But despite his loftiness, for the Lord's satisfaction, he may play the voluntary part of a preacher of the Lord's glory and dovetail all into devotional service. Even mundane interest, just to give the neophytes a chance to transform mundane interest into transcendental bliss. So neophytes are given a chance to transform their interest in transcendental, because we do have attachments to some activities. Krishna gives you opportunity. Okay, you like playing guitar, do play guitar, but in such a way that it gives you transcendental bliss in the service of the Lord. Srila Rupa Goswami, what does it call? Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. Everything should be dovetailed with the service of the Lord, howsoever mundane it may be. Howsoever mundane it may be. Kaivalya. So many mundane interests we may have, and actually we are suffering from that, full of mundane interest, but the idea is Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. So that is the thought with which we should close the session today. Are we in our lives able to dovetail our mundane interest in the service of the Lord? Question mark. With this, we end this session. Thank you very much. If anybody has any comments or any questions, please feel free. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much,
Thank you for a
Prabhuji.
wonderful
Thank you
session,
very much.
Prabhuji.
Wonderful session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Very
very much.
nice.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so any personal reflections?
Worth contemplating whole night.
Sashi Prabhu?
Worth contemplating whole night.
Whole night. Actually, it is worth contemplating whole night. You are right. Thank you.
Would be my same query regarding worship and devotion.
Yeah, so it has got solved?
Yes, Prabhuji, that means when the choice Prabhupada is mentioning regarding the devotees of Krishna, Vishnu and Vishnu, here it is considered on the platform of worship, not on the platform of devotion. Devotion has to be to Vishnu only, and worshipping, if we are less intelligent in the material mode of nature, then we can worship for material sense enjoyments.
Yes, yes. So, very good. Mataji is differentiating between worship and devotion. Puja and bhakti. Prabhupada has written a very good
Bhakti, yeah.
Puja and bhakti. And one purport is there Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita, where he's saying bhakti is only of Krishna and rest is all puja. That is worship. Thank you, Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you,
And
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, one
Thank
more
you, Prabhuji.
a realization, Prabhuji, is when earlier, when we were living a life of the materialist, we were trying to control the situations, no? But now it is something like, and we were ignoring the Lord who is sitting in the heart as Paramatma, Lord Shri Krishna. We were ignoring him, but now we are trying to work under his directions with the help of our bona fide acharyas. So
Yes.
now earlier also he was guiding, but we were ignoring. Now he is guiding us, and we are trying to follow. So this is a very
Thank
big
you,
major
Mataji.
Prabhu, as a
difference in our
byproduct,
life.
Prabhu, normally the fear is what which starts getting less. As a byproduct of coming into this path, the fear in the mind starts getting much diluted. You don't,
Yeah.
you know, to acclimatize with the situations, and without the element of too much of panic,
Yes.
of too much of, what we are realizing now here, Prabhu.
Yes, yes. Because the fear has to go away, because you try to accept everything as Krishna's wish. So the fear is
Correct.
not there.
Yeah.
Fear is there when your sense gratification is in question. Let's say you are doing a case as a doctor. Fear is there, what
Yeah.
if the case goes wrong and my reputation in the city goes down? But then
Correct.
when you start accepting everything as the wish of Krishna, you say, okay, let it be. What is there? I will give it my best. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Jyotishwari Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, just one reflection thought, you can say. We learn not to have mundane desires and to dovetail our activities to Krishna's service. But the big question here is, do we really want to? Are we ready to give up our desires?
Yeah.
We learn everything in class, we know everything practically, but theoretically, are we ready to apply it?
Are we ready to offer? Very good, Mataji.
Just
We still
wanted to
want
check.
those candies from the shop.
Yes,
We
sir.
don't want the whole shop. Yeah. No, you're right.
One
Absolutely.
minute,
right.
can I take?
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, just now we got a
Just now you got a. Mataji, you're muted. You're muted. Yeah.
Prabhuji, just we got the emergency alert.
Oh, you got an
Due to
emergency
current
alert?
situation, a potential missile threat is there. Seek immediate shelter in the closest secure building and to steer away from windows, doors, and open areas. Await from further instruction, Ministry of
My goodness. Can you imagine this live instruction and we are listening to somebody who is in the war zone attending a class? These people will say she's mad or what? What she's doing? She has to go and rush, but she's attending class. Fearless.
Don't worry, Mataji. Krishna will take care.
Hey, God will take, Krishna will
Me
take
too,
care.
Prabhuji.
Don't worry at all.
The same zone.
We can do at least at our levels. At our levels, what we can do is we can pray.
We
All the devotees who are stuck in war
We
zones.
pray for you,
Chant
Mataji.
for all them. Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Mataji,
Rama,
take care.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Mataji, Sudarshan Chakra will come and save you, Mataji. Don't worry.
Jai.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Sarita Mataji, you have something to say?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thanks for the wonderful class as always.
Mataji, your voice is a bit
Prabhuji,
low, maybe on my.
1 second. Yeah. There's some other noise. Hare Krishna. Is it audible, Prabhuji?
Yes,
Hare
Mataji, now
Krishna.
it's fine.
Prabhuji, thanks for the wonderful session. Prabhuji, one doubt, one question is coming in my mind for a few days. Like basically, yeah, we have now accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and we are not worshipping any devas as of yet. That is all clear. But one question which I'm feeling is we say that we have to become Dasanudasa, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, become Dasanudasa. And when we say Lord Shiva is the Parama Vaishnava, then why do we say not to go to Shiva or what is wrong in going to a Param Vaishnava? Because we are not supposed to go direct. Like he's also like any other Vaishnava, right? He's a Param Vaishnava. So how to differentiate that? What is...
Very good question. So Mataji's question is, Das, 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 Anudas, that is what we are taught. That you should serve not directly the Lord, you should serve the Das, 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 Das. Then why we are told don't worship Shiva? Anybody wants to answer that? Very good question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I
Yes.
try? Prabhuji, I would like to give it with a simile that we do service of Guru Maharaj and all the devotees who come into a disciplic succession, but our devotion and commitment, I would say that we do it as a service by keeping our devotion of Lord Shri Krishna in mind, and that is how we are serving the devotees. So if we do it with the same temperament or the mindset, then there is no harm in even serving the Dasa has been mentioned in that particular aspect. That is what my understanding is, Prabhuji.
Yes, very good. Okay. Who else wants to add something?
Hare
Somebody
Krishna,
wants to add?
Prabhuji, Pranam. So, Prabhuji, recently there was Shiv Ratri, right? And I am into Krishna consciousness, but my family is not. So I have to ensure that others' feelings are not being hurt.
Yeah.
So I went with them. I went to the temple. I offered, agarbatti, dhubati, everything. But what my prayer would be, my prayers were only for Lord Shri Krishna, and I was chanting only Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Yes.
And by doing this, and why I was doing this, because Lord Shiva would be happy if I am chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Yes.
In the temple. So,
Yes.
and not only that, I prayed that please, I prayed that you please shower your mercy onto my family as well, so that they can also be connected with the Lord and they can become Krishna consciousness. But this doesn't mean that I have to show this externally, that I am not going to go there or I'm not going to follow. I went with them and I offered prayers and then I came back. So everyone was happy. But as it is mentioned, internally we should understand what are the prayers we have to offer. But this is also in an emergency or on need basis that we should do if
Yeah.
required. So this
Yes.
is what my understanding is, Prabhuji.
Thank
At
you,
the same
Mataji.
time, we should respect everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Let's
Hare
repeat
Krishna.
Mataji's question once again because it's a very, very important question for us. We have two philosophies. One is Das 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 Anudas. Don't try to please the Lord directly. Try to please the servant of the Lord. Servant, 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 like that. Another thing is to not worship the demigods but to worship directly Krishna. So how do we gel? Very important question. Now thing is, when we are trying to serve the servant of the Lord, we are trying to satisfy him, make him happy. The purpose of service is to make the recipient of service happy and contented. With that happiness and that he's got in his heart, what he does? Tattva Darshina. He's a Tattva Darshi and he gives you Divya Gyan Hridaya Prakashito. If you are serving the Guru Parampara will show you mercy to reach the Lord. So, what is the wish of Lord Shiva? The wish of Lord Shiva is everybody to take shelter of Krishna. His wish is not that you take shelter of me. Number one. Number two. What is the duty that has been given to Lord Shiva by Krishna? All the persons who are in Tamoguna will take your shelter. And you try to uplift them to the modes so that they can come to the shelter of Vishnu, which means, let's say, beyond Shuddha Sattva, but for understanding, let's say Satoguna. We have progressed from worship of Lord Shiva, most of us, to Krishna consciousness, without doubt, with the benediction given by Lord Shiva. Okay, now looks like the ground is fertile that you enter the Bhakti cult. Number three, when you have knowledge, you should apply knowledge. When you don't have knowledge, you don't apply knowledge. When we didn't have knowledge about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and when we thought Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are on the same platform, we worshipped. And Lord Shiva, most easily accessible. Because really, there's a process. You put water, you put Belpatra. For Krishna, nobody knows the process. If I say you do worship Krishna, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, what is the process? Nobody knows the process. Shivji, okay, jal chadhayenge, sawan ka mahina aata hai, belpatra chadhayenge. But for Krishna, nobody really knows what has to be done. Nobody knows that Shivji becomes happy by offering water and Krishna becomes happy by tapasya. Nobody knows. Austerity is what Vishnu and Krishna wants. So you are really at a loss because when we have a material perspective in our mind, we are looking for a karma kanda way, we are looking for a process. What I have to do? See, people come to the temple, koi puja kar sakte hain kya? Then initially we were also lost. What to answer them? Because our process is chanting the name of the Lord. जैसे क्या पूजा कर सकते हैं, कोई पूजा है क्या, पूजा का टाइम क्या है? Because that's the mentality, karma kanda way of worshipping things. So we have progressed. Now you may say, okay, we are being stopped from worshipping Shiva, then why we are being asked to worship the Vaishnavas? There are 4 sampradayas and Shivji is the head of one sampradaya. That is called Rudra Sampradaya. We are in Brahma Madhav Gaudiya Sampradaya. Brahma is the head of our sampradaya. And in that sampradaya we are supposed to serve, which starts with our God brothers, God sisters, our Shiksha Gurus, our Diksha Guru, then Srila Prabhupada, and then it goes on. So that with the mercy of the Guru Parampara, you are able to serve Krishna. Directly you cannot. And that is why when you even offering bhoga to the Lord, you are saying the pranam mantra of your Guru, you are saying the pranam mantra of Prabhupada, please help me so that this can be accepted by the Lord. Had you been in Rudra Samprada, maybe then you would have done so till you reach Shiva and then you reach Krishna. Here we are in Brahma Madhav Goddess Samprada. Through our Samprada we are reaching Brahmaji and then we are reaching. Because see what happened, Brahmaji gave to Narad Muni gave to below, and then it has come to us, Vyasadevji, and then it has come to Srila Prabhupada. So that is the Samprada we are following, and we are doing das, and trying to do. In Rudra Samprada, they will do accordingly. Where Shivji has gotten that Gyan from Krishna, Shivji has given to somebody. Yeah? So it is there. So there should be no doubt that serving Shivji serves the purpose. No. Shivji is happy that you serve Krishna. And it's a progress that has happened. But that still does not mean that you don't serve Vaishnavas. You have to serve Vaishnavas because that's a way. But what does Vaishnava want? When disciples of Prabhupada were doing Guru Puja, Prabhupada also started to sing Guru Puja. The disciples said, Prabhupada, we are doing your Guru Puja, why are you singing? Prabhupada said, don't think that I'm even accepting a word. I'm passing everything to my Guru. So they don't keep it for themselves, they pass it on. But they add mercy. Like a fruit when it comes down from a tree, when each parrot puts its beak inside, it becomes more sweet. So that is a similar thing. Directly actually we cannot, and that Krishna's words also, that I don't get pleased with my devotees who try to serve me, I get pleased with the devotees who try to serve the devotees. So because the Sampradaya is Brahma Madhav Goddess Sampradaya, you follow that Parampara Mataji. Clear, no? If anything wants to add, anything, please feel free. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just wanted to.
Wonderful explanation.
Yes, Dipti Mataji.
No, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful explanation.
So I think today, one more. Padma Mataji.
Prabhuji, I just want to quickly share. We had just gone for yatra. Many of the devotees here haven't been for the yatra now, Sri Rangam. So we met Vijay Venkatesh Das Prabhu of ISKCON Kumbakonam. And he very beautifully explained how he was a fanatic of Shivji and he used to do so many pradakshinas and all, and someone asked him, why are you going on doing, what do you actually want? So he said, I just want a guru. And then he ultimately got, he somehow got associated with ISKCON and he got Jaipaka Guru Maharaj Diksha, and now he's the president there. And he says, I'm still a lover of Shiva, but now, I'm totally Krishna conscious. And he explained very beautifully how Shiva led him to Krishna consciousness, and he's grateful. And he admires that all these people in Krishna consciousness, they can give so many Shastric evidences. So he was totally flabbergasted by the way all the devotees of ISKCON, they are able to give Shastric evidences for everything. So it was nice to hear him.
Thank you. Very apt example, because I also heard about the same thing. I was told by our president, but I forgot. Good you mentioned, Mataji. Thank you very much.
48 times he used to circumambulate the Shiva temple. That's what every day.
Every day. Jai. Thank you.
Actually, in
Thank you, everyone.
Shiva temples, Prabhuji, in Shiva temples, they chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Prabhuji. The priests chant. While doing the puja, they chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I've heard.
Okay, so
thank you so much.
Let's contemplate and let's call it a day. Thank you very much. It's too late. Yes, Mohandas K.P. Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
With your blessings.
Yeah. Too small. Please don't say that, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So I will end the session, Prabhuji.
Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah Ananta Koti